On to the headlines.
Nyandaro's hidden hazard. Pesticide residues in potatoes raise health concerns. Dar es Salaam Summit. Africa charts human-first AI path. Cassava emerges as climate-smart crop for Kenya's drylands.
Hello and welcome to Traceability TV News, your source for the latest updates on global traceability and safety concerns. I'm your host, Miriam Munyoki. Reports indicate that a new food safety concern has emerged from Nyandarua County. Recent tests have revealed that potatoes sourced from the region contain hazardous pesticide residues. Several of these chemicals have been banned due to their significant health risks. We turn to our reporter for more details on this developing story.
According to a recent study conducted by Egerton University, 98.8% of potato growers in Nyandarua employ synthetic pesticides, some of which are prohibited. Traces of chlorpyrifos and phenitrophion were found in potato samples exceeding the safe limits. Researchers examined the effects of boiling, roasting, and frying on the residual levels. Frying demonstrated the greatest decrease, more than 90%, but some hazardous substances persisted. Without a better and more stringent pesticide regulations and improved traceability systems set in place in Kenya's agricultural landscape, these harmful chemicals may be making their way from the soil into your lunch or dinner table. Regina, Traceability TV.
Africa's recent struggle against mpox has provided significant insights. Currently, these lessons are influencing the continent's approach to cholera outbreaks. Our reporter explores the ways in which these strategies developed during the mpox outbreak are being utilized to improve efforts in the containment of cholera.
The mpox outbreak prompted Africa's CDC and World Health Organization to implement a 10-pillar response plan, emphasizing surveillance, community engagement, and vaccination. These strategies, which emphasize quick reaction and cross-border cooperation, are currently being modified to fight cholera. Improved laboratory capabilities and training for community health workers, which were effective in containing mpox, are being replicated for cholera. It is crucial to integrate disease surveillance systems in order to effectively handle several outbreaks. The goal of this cross-application of tactics is to improve Africa's overall readiness for epidemics. Rinta Luther, Traceability TV.
As climate change intensifies, Kenya's arid and semi-arid lands face escalating food insecurity. Cassava is being increasingly recognized as a hardy, climate-smart crop in the face of those difficulties. The influence of cassava is growing as traceability techniques are increasingly used to track varieties from farm to market.
Cassava is being promoted by researchers because of its drought tolerance and its capacity to adapt to poor soils. 27 cassava varieties showed strong yields in dry conditions during a field testing conducted in Rongai, Subakia, and Njoro sub-counties. Traceability systems are now being used to track post-harvest handling, disease resistance, and crop performance through the Kenya Climate Smart Agriculture Project. In addition to its nutritional value, cassava's adaptability enables value addition into products like starch and flour. Cassava is a sustainable, traceable solution for long-term agricultural resilience, as more than 5.4 million Kenyans experience chronic food security. Regina, Traceability TV.
We're now taking a short commercial break. Stay tuned for more news updates after the break. Welcome to Traceability TV, your ultimate destination for all things traceability. We're the global platform that brings you the latest in traceability news, interviews, and live event coverage. From in-depth news updates to exclusive interviews, Traceability TV keeps you informed on the practices that are transforming industries worldwide. Our mission is simple: empowering organizations to achieve transparency, accountability, and sustainability throughout their supply chains. Our vision: a world where every product's journey is visible, ethical, and sustainable. At Traceability TV, we offer unparalleled opportunities for brand visibility. Feature your company, highlight your traceability solutions, and showcase your commitment to GS1 standards. Leverage our expertise to create high-quality advertisement videos that resonate with your audience, or sponsor a segment to position your brand as a leader in the traceability space. You can support us by partnering on special projects. Your contributions help us deliver more in-depth analyses and expand our global coverage. Traceability TV is more than just a channel, it's a movement. Join us in building a future where every product's journey is visible and trusted. Traceability TV. We trace it, you trust it. Kenya's clothing industry stands at a crossroads. A new report suggests that second-hand clothing known as mtumba and locally manufactured apparel can thrive together. The key lies in integrating traceability for sustainable growth.
The Institute of Economic Affairs Kenya and the Mitumba Consortium Association of Kenya have released a report titled A Future Look at the Apparel and Footwear Industry in Kenya 2022-2037. It presents a 15-year plan that promotes local manufacturing and Mitumba cohabitation, highlighting the potential of both industries to create inclusive economic growth and job creation. Mitumba contributes Kenya shillings 12 billion in taxes yearly and supports almost 2 million jobs. In both industries, integrating traceability systems may increase transparency, guarantee quality control, and increase consumer confidence.
In Dar es Salaam, leaders from across Africa convened to shape the future of artificial intelligence in Africa. The summit emphasized a human-centered approach to AI, focusing on ethical governance and inclusive development.
The summit held in Dar es Salaam brought together policymakers, technologists, and the civil society to discuss AI strategies tailored to Africa's unique needs. Creating AI frameworks that put human rights, data sovereignty, and fair access first was the main topic of debate. Among the initiatives mentioned are infrastructure and digital literacy investments aimed at empowering the continent's youth. Issues including closing the digital divide and guaranteeing AI applications help every industry, from healthcare to agriculture, were also discussed during the conference. Africa hopes to use AI for equitable and sustainable growth by encouraging cooperation and moral behavior. Rinta Luther, Traceability TV.
Welcome to Visibility Sports News. I'm your host, Regan Vitao. Diving into the captivating history of competitive swimming, a journey that spans thousands of years, from ancient civilizations perfecting their strokes in rivers and pools to the modern spectacle of Olympic swimming that inspires millions around the globe. Our reporter takes us through this fascinating evolution and highlights the milestones that have shaped this incredible sport.
Competitive swimming has roots tracing back to ancient Egypt, Greece, and Rome, where swimming was not just a recreational activity, but also a survival skill. Ancient artwork and historical records depict swimmers competing in rivers and early pools, showcasing techniques that laid the foundation for modern swimming strokes. It wasn't until the 19th century that formalized swimming competitions emerged, with the establishment of swimming clubs and the introduction of standardized rules in England. Fast forward to today, competitive swimming has transformed into a global phenomenon, with the Olympics serving as the pinnacle of achievement. Technological advancements in swimwear, pool design, and training techniques have pushed athletes to shatter records year after year. The sport now celebrates not only speed but also diversity, with athletes from all corners of the globe competing on the world stage. From ancient pools to Olympic glory, swimming's evolution continues to inspire athletes and fans alike. Winter Luther, Traceability TV.
In our last episode, we told the story of food that couldn't speak. No name, no path, no answers. Just risk. For farmers, for families, for everyone. It was a painful truth. When food has no name, no one is safe. This week, that warning became real. Potatoes from Nyandarua were found with very high levels of pesticide, too dangerous to eat, but already moving freely in the Kenyan markets. When asked where the potatoes came from, nobody really knew. No barcode, no record, no trail. It was exactly what we warned about, and it's why this episode is so important. Imagine this. What if food could tell its story? What if a simple scan could show you where it came from, how it was grown, and who handled it? This is not a dream. It's already happening. Quietly, but powerfully. Behind every beep at the supermarket is a system called GS1. They give food its identity. It's a way to bring trust into your basket.
We do have standards as GS1 that enables this to happen. The tracking and tracing of food in the supply chain, and this is called traceability. Our core business as GS1 is to identify, capture and share information. So when we identify the farm, the farmer, the location where they're based, the produce that they're selling or that they're producing or growing, the logistics personnel. And I'll start off with GTIN. A GTIN, a global trade item number, is an identification for the produce. We use the standard to identify the produce, and then we go to the location whereby we use the GLNs, global location numbers, and then the SSCCs for the serial shipping containers code. These are basically used for the logistics personnel, and the containers are also identified using the GRI, Global Returnable Asset Identifier. So there's also, that is actually for crates and the other pallets. For the containers which are sticking with the company, they're identified with the Asset Identifier, Global Individual Asset Identifier, GI. So with these standards, you're able to trace the produce from the producer up to the consumer using credible information and quality data. Most of the standards that I've mentioned earlier, the GTIN, the SSCC, the GLNs, come in form of barcodes. When you go to the supermarket and then you buy something, and at the checkpoint, they do like a scanning, and then there's that beep sound of the scanning of the barcode. So apart from that, there's another standard, that is the QR code, or the 2D, that is really relevant in GS1 fresh food standards. So you might find the GTIN is mainly used for identifying products, the SSCC for the logistics part, the GRI for the assets, for the returnable assets, the GI for the individual assets. You need to know more information in particular of this produce that's being identified by the GTM. It can be the harvest date, it can be the farm location, it can be the inputs that were added, it can be who worked on that produce. Is it good for your health for you to consume it? And all this information comes in a QR code. Right now, most of us do have smartphones, and you can scan QR codes using that. And then you're going to get all that information that is credible and ensures quality data for you to ascertain that the produce that you're going to consume with your family, it's good produce and good for your health. And this will ensure consumer confidence, you and I being the consumer, and also the trust for the produce. GS1 Kenya has done tremendous efforts in ensuring that traceability is done, it's ensured from the farmer up to the buyer. We might ask ourselves, how? Is this even possible? What about the loops in between? And I'll tell you that today, as we're talking, we do have a system. It's called Shamba EcoNet. As the name suggests, it's Shamba EcoQuanet. The farm is in the internet. And Shamba EcoNet, given here, it's a web-based platform, a digital one, that ensures agribusiness traceability of products from the farmer up to the buyer through a logistics partner. And so this system links the farmer to the digital market. A farmer who is based in the rural areas is able to sell their produce in the urban, semi-urban areas. And this has been effected through Shamba EcoNet. But now, I'm sure that you're curious about where your last meal came from and the next meal, where it's going to come from. For you to have a feel of this credible, traceable data and traceable products, I'd like for you to visit Shamba EcoNet's website, that is www.shambaeconet.com, for you to see the tremendous effort that GS1 Kenya has done in ensuring fresh food traceability and food traceability at large.
In Murang'a County, they're not waiting. They're teaching farmers how to track their crops using simple tools. They now record what they sprayed, when they harvested, and how they packed, all linked to a barcode. Murang'a is showing Kenya what smart farming looks like.
My name is Kiringai Kamau. I'm the CEC member for devolution and external linkages involving coordination of both the national and internal departments of the government of Murang'a, and the collaborative engagement with the institutions that are outside the county, like GS1, looking at how the collaboration can be helpful to the community in Murang'a to increase the wealth that we generate from our activities in the county. Murang'a County is the first county government to have established a policy on agroecology and a law abiding the same. One of the things that we want to do is to use the Agroecology Act in Murang'a so that it can guide the organic food production and make the farmers gain from premium pricing using some of the outlets that we want to establish with markets and consumers. So we have the possibility of achieving this by using the traceability dimension that is coming because some farmers will want foods that are coming from particular areas because the flavor of foods and the sweetness of foods, for instance, depends on where it is grown. If you grow your fruits in places with high intensity of heat, the heat units converts as sugar. So some people like very sweet fruits, others not. That traceability is important. It is the same even with coffee. Soils have different flavors of the coffee depending on the zones where the coffee is grown. So, and it is the same case even with tea and every other commodity. So it is very important to have a traceability dimension so that when you actually show the source of a commodity, anybody can actually say that I want that that is coming from this region and not any other region. We are talking of localization. We are talking of geospatial mapping. We are talking about the capacity to train farmers so that they can address the value of using some inputs and not others. So these are the technologies that we are talking about that will help the farmer and they earn more from the market because there is a traceability dimension integrated into what they are producing. We did not have the traceability platform to achieve that. And when we actually were looking at how do we get the products produced from value-added products in coffee and other value-added products of the commodities grown in Murang'a like avocado, we came to realize that the solution is in GS1. And we started that relationship by identifying how can we identify markets for Murang'a commodities to be traded globally. And GS1 came with a request for our coffee to be sold in Sweden. And we have now gotten into an agreement that this is going to be delivered through the Shamba Econet from GS1 and the Golden iFood SOS. So we are looking at the possibilities of now how we can deepen that by ensuring that produce of Murang'a lands into foreign markets. And we can deepen that by looking at how do we also integrate the wider government machinery so that the embassies in foreign countries can actually use the platforms that we are evolving so that our foods and value-added products are available in foreign countries using the collaboration that we are establishing. My desire is to embrace technology in their thinking of what can transform agriculture, but you cannot invest in technology alone. You need to come together with others. That is why the government program on National Agricultural Value Chains Development Program, now CDP, is proposing that young and agripreneurs, people who have learned agriculture, can be trained to become advisors to farmers, are all anchored from one center. And we believe that farmers will find those in the local youths from their own localities and investing in aggregation centers within their own local cooperatives. And we want to advise everyone in whatever local area that this facility will actually be implemented to come in and buy shares. Now, every success that is gained from this is going to be available on Traceability TV, and we would like them to actually always tune to Traceability TV so that they can actually be watching what we are achieving every week, every day.
Even honey needs to be trusted. Isinya Roses is using GS1 barcodes on their honey jars to prove what's real and what's not. It's not just sweet, it's safe.
We actually use barcodes and also QR codes to actually trace them. So why did we actually go for the barcode and QR code? So for the barcode, it was more of when we want to like sell our products, yeah, because it comes with a tag of price. And then for the QR code is more of tells you the description of what our products are, where you can find us in terms of location, where we actually sell these products more. That one will be very beneficial for us so that we can actually bombast that market. Also, it's also good that people see our products and see that it's genuine, because once you actually do it with GS1, people actually term it as a very genuine product, because we know that we have passed through the right procedures for you to actually make it genuine.
Oh, thank you. So now that you just mentioned GS1 standards, how do you implement the standards in all your products?
Okay, so for GS1
standards, they usually implement it with the one I told you, the barcode and the QR code. But before you do that, you have to go through also other certifications, which includes also CAMS, for them to first verify that you're actually selling the rightful products with the rightful manner. And then now, once we have gone through that channel, then GS1 can actually give us the barcode.
Okay, so I'll shoot this question to Mr. Mohammed. Can you kindly give us the process of how you track your products from the farm to even maybe seedling production when it comes to avocados, from the farm to the table?
Well, it's a very easy process as GS1 have configured it. So from the QR code, once you scan the QR code, it takes you to a link. That link takes you to a website where you have all those details. And through that system, you can add all the originating, all that data. You add all that data from the origination, how it was got, is it pure, is it organic, all those details, all that process. So that when the client gets your product, scans that QR code, he gets all that information. He knows this thing came from this country, it was either manufactured or harvested or grown in a particular area, and everything, including even the ingredients that are inside your product.
Thank you.
As we expand our company, we are going to have more products in place. So what we're actually going to do is just introduce the other products to the QR code for traceability purpose. It's going to actually help us more because we have actually seen the benefits of having the GS1 QR code. So I feel like us introducing also our other products to this will actually help us a lot. Not only our customers, but us as a company.
This documentary is not only about farmers, it's about everyone. Because we all eat, and we all deserve to know what we're eating. Traceability is the way forward. From potatoes to honey, from farms to your table, it's time to make food honest again. When food speaks the truth, we can eat with peace of mind.